Hey, Patrick, just wanted to ask you about this first kind of full camp with Todd here, and how different does it feel than, the practices you guys had with him last year?
Yeah, a little bit different. Obviously, the first couple of days we've been scrimmaging, so that's a little bit different than last year where it was more like just a couple hours of practice. So I think it's good. I think you get into game situations right away, scrimmaging, playing 5-on-5. I think that's the best way to kind of get back to your habits, your game habits and how to play at this level. A lot of guys work on skills and different things throughout the summer, maybe get some bad habits, get away from the feeling of playing in a real game. So it's a good way to get us, back up to speed really quickly and then using the practice time that we have to go over some things, whether it's systematically, the way we want to play, how aggressive we want to play in different situations too. So I think it's been a very productive first couple days.
You've played against John Gibson for years now, but to add a goaltender like him, what does that do for you guys, and what have you thought of him through a couple days?
I think he's excited to be here. I think that's a great thing first and foremost. And he's made some incredible saves in these scrimmages so far. So it seems like he's coming in focused, ready to kind of take on a big load for us and be the true number one that maybe we've been missing the past couple of years. So I think it was a great addition by the organization and management. Obviously Talbot was great for us last year too. We have all the confidence in the world in him, but that's a great 1-2 punch for us.
Thanks, Pat. Thank you.
Elaine, go ahead.
Hi, Patrick. Just wanted to ask you about Marco. What I know you played with him at the end of last season, but he looks like he's come to camp just in even stronger, and his shot has really stood out. What have you seen from him just 2 days in?
Yeah, I think just, not only the 2 days, but just skating with him before camp, he looks like he's, poised to take another step into his game. Obviously he was a high pick, came into last year trying to make the team. Obviously, when he came up from the AHL, he was a impact player right away for us. Played on the third line, got moved up to the first line, was productive with Larkson Ray. Obviously, felt like the production was there with him playing center with me and Cat as well. So I think he complements us really well, pushes the pace. Looks like he's moving really well. He's always strong and aggressive and feisty on the puck as well, which I think is good for us too. And like you said, his shot looks great too. So, obviously we're looking for him to take another step this year, and it looks like he's poised to do that.
What do you think it says about a player that young that he can hold his own in the 2C spot, and that that's an important role he's playing?
Yeah, I think he's a guy that can kind of play anywhere in the lineup, right? Whether it's the center with myself and Cat, or even that first line left wing. He was really productive there last year. So a lot of options with him that the coaches have. I enjoy playing with him. I think he wants to do well. He's focused on being a good player, getting better every day, working at his craft, especially at a young age. So, and in today's game, you need these young guys to be impact players. You need them to come in and take big roles. I think you see a lot of these younger guys, they hit their prime a lot earlier now. And, he's a guy that's obviously making the most of his development and getting better each and every day. So that's another thing I like about him.
Just one last one. I know when we talked at the end of the last season, your son and how much he loves Detroit came up. How happy was he when you told him he was sticking around?
Yeah, he's ecstatic to be back in Detroit. He's a little older now, so obviously he's into skating a little bit more now and doing stuff himself, but he loves going to the games. I think any day he gets a chance to hang out with the other kids or even see some of my teammates, he's extremely excited about that. So yeah, he's excited to be back for sure.
Thank you, Patrick.
And
Yeah. Hi, Patrick. Just
with Alex DeBrincat last year, I think he had just finished just short of 40 goals. Did he look? Did he kind of remind you of the player that you played with in Chicago? And how excited are you to get reunited again with him this season?
Yeah, I think last year he scored a lot of goals. The year before, I still thought he played really well. Maybe the puck didn't go in as much for him, but I think it helps when the power play was going strong last year. We kind of got into some rhythm there with our top unit and just the same five guys all year. I think that really helped. He was a big producer on that. And then 5-on-5, always enjoyed playing with him. I think we have a lot of chemistry. Kind of know each other's game now too, and are still always trying to talk to figure out different things and how we want to play, different things we can adjust. So definitely excited to be back with him. Always love playing with Cat.
And also, you've played a lot against James Van Riemsdyk over the years. What can he bring to this team?
I think he's another guy that can kind of play up and down the lineup a lot of different places. You know, uh, I think he can really fit in anywhere. Top six, bottom six. I think last year he played bottom six mostly and second power play, had a lot of production for the low amount of minutes that he was playing. So I know him real well just from kind of being in the same draft class and growing up together and going through a lot of stuff with USA Hockey and just getting real close to them with that stuff. So I think he'll fit in great in the locker room. He's going to fit in great with the team. And I think that was a great addition as well.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right, last question. We'll go to Ted Colton.
Hey Patrick, how do you feel at this point? Was this summer even easier or better than last year coming off the surgery?
Yeah, I think I feel better this year coming into camp than last year. Last year was still trying to maybe strengthen the area a little bit more or still a little bit of focus on that area. This year I thought was a lot more um, training wise, like being more of an athlete, some more athletic training, a lot of like plyometrics, lateral type stuff, jumps, obviously still trying to, strengthen, different areas, but the whole body as well. So, skated a lot, felt good on the ice, felt good skating. I felt like this summer I didn't need as much, treatment as in years past, which is obviously a good thing too. So, feel like I'm in a good spot. I think every day just try to make the most of it, get better and better here in camp, and get ready for obviously preseason games in the regular season. But pretty happy with where I'm at right now.
Somebody mentioned the other day it's like your 19th training camp. Does it feel like 19 training camps or what?
No, I mean, I think you still get the anxiety of training camp, the training camp jitters, just trying to show you had a good summer and that you're ready to go. But um, I think for me, it's always like a time of year where I've never really done that well throughout my career. I've never really played that well in preseason, but it seems like, um, for one reason or another, just try to take it day to day and stay confident and stay focused on working on certain things that are, going to help my game and ultimately help the team. But no, I feel pretty good. I'm happy with where I'm at. And, it's another chance to get yourself as ready as possible for the regular season. So, but yeah, it's crazy. It's been 19. It definitely does not feel like that.
How much is the Olympic thing kind of like a little carrot for you right now?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How much is the Olympic berth, possibility of the Olympics? How much is that kind of like a little motivator, a carrot for you right now?
I mean, yes and no. I think, it's something that could possibly happen. It would be, amazing if it did, but um, that's not my sole focus of, getting off to a good start. Like it's just kind of, I want to get off to a good start for the team and myself and just, playing hockey wise, for if you take care of that stuff, I think the other stuff will work out. But obviously it's in the back of your mind a little bit, but not a sole reason or focus to get off to a good start.
The last one, I had a neighbor that happened to be in Chicago on Patrick Kane Day. How did that go?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was a great day. It was a long day, but just I think with the abrupt ending I had in Chicago and having the surgery and then figuring out where I was going to play and then having a full summer to kind of just kind of wind down and think about things a little bit after or before last season, I guess, and then just kind of thinking maybe there's a way we could get back to Chicago here. And obviously the alderman there wanted to do a Patrick Kane Day on 8/8, and we figured it'd be a good way to, make a whole day out of it and just kind of give back to the city for, all the support they've given me over the years. And it was nice to have a camp with the kids and, obviously an autograph signing for whoever wanted anything signed. And then the event that night was really cool. Just, getting up there, mingling with the fans, kind of having a Q&A there and talking about some great memories we had there. So, overall it was a really great day.
Sounds good. Thanks for this, Patrick.
Yes, hello, John. How much all the more important are camps when you're coming to a new team?
I think for me, it's just kind of getting to know everybody, getting to know their tendencies, obviously the D, getting on the same page, but been together here for a bit, starting to had probably 2 weeks of skates, the captain skates when I got up here into August. So getting to know everybody, and now it's just kind of putting the details together and making sure everyone's on the same page to start the season off strong.
And kind of what's your mindset going in? I mean, to establish yourself as the number one, I presume?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to play my game. I mean, I want to hopefully help the team win as many games as possible, and I think everybody's goal is to make it to the playoffs. So, I mean, it's a long season. You're going to have ups and downs, but I think everybody's going in the season with the same goal, and it's an exciting time to be here.
Have you had a chance to have any discussions with Todd? I know you have some familiarity with him going back a ways.
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple times in the summer, and then, like I said, I've been here for a couple weeks doing the captain skates. Got to talk to him a little bit there, and then first 2 days of training camp had a few conversations. So everything's been good.
Thank you.
Kevin Allen. Kevin, did you have a question?
Yeah. Yeah, John, if I could follow up on what Helene asked you, oftentimes players get traded several times during their career and they get accustomed to what it's like to have to kind of start over. But in addition to the hockey and getting used to a new team, like how was it for you to transfer your life to a completely different city after a decade of playing with Anaheim?
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I mean, we spend the summers in Pittsburgh. My wife's from there. My family's from there. So it was only a 4.5 hour drive. Once we had the moving truck and got everything out of California and moved to Detroit, it was pretty easy. I mean, we were able to drive back and forth rather than fly. So makes life a little easier. Got our kids in school. So had a lot of help through people with the organization and the guys giving us recommendations, but we're kind of all settled in, got the kids in school and their activities. So we're just happy to be here and get the season rolling.
And this is, as like I said, only your second NHL team you were talking about. There's obviously differences in systems and defensemen are different. Has it been more different than you thought or about the same or not as hard as you thought it was going to be to kind of adjust the way the Red Wings do things?
I mean, I think for a goalie, the kind of the systems and stuff isn't as important as if you're a defenseman or a player. I mean, I think for the goalies, it's making sure you're on the same page with the D for the playing the puck, the calls, what to expect, block shots, and the penalty kill. But other than that, I just got to be in the net and stop the puck.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Nosy, go ahead.
Hey, Gibby, I know when we talked in the summer, you were explaining just about the confidence of the group and the optimism going forward. But now that you're here around the guys, do you get a sense of the confidence of the group and kind of just the optimism going into the season with the pieces and players that are here?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a really good mix of players. You got the skilled forward, smaller guys, you got some big power forwards, you got speed, you got size. I mean, the D, you got skill, size. I mean, I think there's a really good mix of everything up and down throughout the lineup. So I mean, you come here, it's a really exciting. I mean, you got some of the highest skilled players in the world. Like I said, then we got some really big guys on the team that can protect pucks hard in front of the net. So I think everything is a good mixture of the size, the speed, the skill, the toughness. So I think it's just about all making sure everyone's on the same page and playing together.
Thank you.
Answer?
Yeah, hi, John. You made the playoffs a lot. I think your first few years with Anaheim. But when a player goes several years without making it, just how much does that add to the kind of the fuel or just the motivation of wanting to get back there?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it before. I mean, you almost get spoiled there. I mean, I was my first 5 or 6 years, we were expecting to win the Pacific Division. I mean, there was no thought to even about missing the playoffs, and it was just expected. And then when you go from that to missing the playoffs, it's kind of eye-opening, and you look back and being a young player through all that, you always wondered to yourself, did you miss an opportunity? Did you take it for granted? So I think it makes you appreciate when you make the playoffs a lot more, being going through a drought like that and hungry to get back.
And also, just for a goalie, what is it like having to deal with a net front guy like James Van Riemsdyk?
Yeah, I mean, he's really good in front of the net. I mean, you put him, you put Rasmussen, Soderblom. I mean, they're big bodies with good sticks, and it takes big people to remove them. I mean, they got the size, they got the strength to protect the puck, to be hard in front of the net. And I mean, that's what you need. You got to go to the dirty areas to score goals.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Ted?
Hey, John, just the way the last few seasons in Anaheim ended and all, I mean, is it kind of a motivation for you or a chip on your shoulder and stuff coming into this season?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I'm just kind of leaving that in the past and excited for a fresh start here and hopefully helping this team get back to the playoffs. That's what my focus is, and what happened there is in the past.
How much, so what does a goaltender try to get out of training camp? What's your main objective for camp and all?
I think for me, it's just timing, getting on the same page. Like I said, with the D, when we start doing power play, penalty kill, learn how they kill penalties, and then personally, it's just about timing, getting my reads down and tracking. I mean, it sounds basic, but I mean, you do stuff all summer, and then you get here, and it's more high tempo and higher pace. So it's just making sure that my reads and my tracking and all that is paired up with the tempo and the pace of the games.
How much is it different from Anaheim as far as the way the style of play and all that? I mean, is it a ton different or everybody's kind of similar in that respect?
I mean, definitely get up and down the ice here. I mean, you could tell the first 2 days they're putting an emphasis on quickness. I mean, Todd goes to the board, and as soon as he's done explaining, the drill starts. I mean, all about quickness and tempo, and you can definitely see that here, that everybody wants to play with the high tempo, high pace. And see him obviously first 2 days. I think that's one of the big things I've noticed is they're holding everybody accountable to playing at a high tempo, high speed, making sure everybody's ready and not just moving slow around the ice or getting to the back of the line. They're really emphasizing all that, all the details.
Sounds good. Thanks for this, John.
Yep.
Last question will go to Max Boltman.
Hey, John, as a guy who played close to 60 games for a lot of your career, as the league has kind of moved more toward, timeshares and net, like, are you still someone who likes to play as much as possible, or as you've kind of gotten into your 30s, are you more comfortable in a tandem dynamic?
I mean, I train all season, off season in the summer to make sure I'm in the best shape to play as many games as possible. I feel like in the past when I can kind of get in a groove is when I'm playing games, but I mean, obviously nothing's given. You got to earn everything. So I'm just going to come here and play my game, not trying to change anything, and hopefully help the team win as many games as I can.
Thank you.